Hello and welcome back to Nerdmageddon here on KZLX LP Maryville and also live on the KNWT Facebook page and on the KNWT YouTube channel. Thank you guys for hosting us. As always, I'm your host, Simon Clark. Next to me, I have...
Hello, I'm John Taylor.
Cool. That's great.
That's it.
That's
no
great.
intro.
You guys
Next.
need to get better intros.
You don't have an intro. Where's your intro?
That whole first part was my intro.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's got that whole first part, and then we just have to like awkwardly sit there like, hi.
Yeah. I'm
Hi.
sorry. I do put you
and
guys
like
on the spot.
think of something.
I do put you guys on the spot a lot, and I feel bad for that. But, you know, on my other side, by the way, this is...
Hi, I'm Molly, and I'm wearing a Howl's Moving Castle shirt, but you can't really see Calcifer. It just looks like it's breakfast food.
See,
Still a good
John,
shirt.
that's
I don't
what
have a
you
nice
gotta do.
shirt.
Say a funny fact about you or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
I lived in Germany.
Great.
Okay.
Great. Okay, let's go ahead and get right into this week's nerd news. Kicking it off, sticking along like the theme of spooky season, you can now do a Netflix and chill with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Now, I love the imagery of Elvira, and I love the movies that she's had, and I love the idea of this. Basically what it is like Netflix put together a series of movies that she commentated on, and you get to watch them kind of like along with her throughout the entire month of October. It's really interesting, and I think this is really cool. What do you guys think?
Man, first off, where is she from? Or
she's she's from a couple different things, mainly from the movie Elvira, Mistress of the Night.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
Okay, it's a very popular 80s joke horror film. I wouldn't even say it's considered a horror film. It's just a comedy.
So is she going to be, how is this going to work on the...
So if you take a look at it, basically she is inviting you to some Netflix and chills, which is the title of it, like Netflix and chills, like ooh, scary, that kind of chills. Every Sunday in October this year, she has come to save you from having to dig through the bounteous amounts of horror movies. This will mark the 40th year anniversary of Elvira, the character. It's a great way to help celebrate that. There's a promo video on Geek Tyrant's website on this article. Mainly, she will basically just announce what movie she's watching, do a little video for it, and then you'll be able to watch along with her. So it's a fun little experiment, and I think that I want this to happen more often with like other people, you know?
It sounds like it's gonna be cool. I'm not one for like a lot of horror. I'll watch American Horror Story and some other stuff, but I've never actually sat down and watched horror movies. But this kind of does make me want to watch it because I've never seen anything with Elvira, but I would like to understand the pop culture references that I've grown up seeing.
Yeah.
That reference her.
Yeah, it's just Elvira is such a big icon in like horror film, whatever. And I'm willing to bet most of the movies that she's gonna have you watch are gonna be like slasher films.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming too.
Yeah, not even like scary ones, just like the really bad ones.
Kind of, yeah, the cheesy ones almost.
Like Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2.
That's such a good movie, though.
It
really
good.
is. But
I'm curious of if this is like the first step. I wonder what other things they could do with this kind of concept for other shows of some sort. Like maybe it would be a new branch to some people that might enjoy having some company while they're watching a movie or something.
Yeah, it would be like doing like one of those movie stream nights on Twitch, or I don't know if we would say for Twitch, but like
just any stream, just like Discord can get all together, or like any kind of voice
one of
call.
those things. It seems like a really good idea, and I think there are a lot of great avenues for this.
It's a really great idea, and there are some really great avenues. But then you have my brain, and you think of live action Grinch for the Christmas.
Who would
Jim
I want?
Carrey.
Yeah, Jim
I would
Carrey.
want Jim Carrey. Would he be in the full Grinch, or would he be?
Yes.
Would he,
That's what my brain had.
would he be pulling the full Grinch?
Would
as
he have to
sit
go
and
through
watch?
Navy SEALs training again for
Oh my-
that makeup that he has to do?
Yeah, that is a crazy
Oh,
story.
bless
He
that
had
man.
to. He
Bless
went
that
through.
man.
He went through Navy SEALs training to
Just
learn how to resist torture because
Yeah.
wearing all that makeup was torture. Like he said, it
yeah.
was the worst experience of his life, and the only way he could make it was through that training. It's just crazy. It's insane. Props to him for being such a great method actor, though.
Oh yeah.
And interesting that Molly, that was her thought whenever we brought up the concept of live
Well,
action
just like-
Grinch with Jim Carrey dressed up. That's who I want to Netflix
No,
and chill
so-
with.
Not even the Grinch. I was just thinking like other holiday movies.
Other holiday movies?
Like
And that's the thing is,
Yeah.
it was other holidays, and the
Okay,
next
okay.
big one besides Thanksgiving is Christmas.
That is true.
I can't.
And who like my brain was just like, oh, they would go with the Grinch.
Elf wouldn't be bad either. Will Ferrell dressed
Will
up.
Ferrell
True.
as Elf would be good.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be actually probably the easier
That
route
would,
because
yeah.
It would.
He would be looking really old though.
yeah.
But
Jim Carrey does not play the same character twice. He's already said that in
that is-
many
well,
interviews.
yeah. That is right. Yeah.
Wasn't there a mask too though?
Yes, but it wasn't Jim
It
Carrey.
wasn't him. Though.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay.
No, it was the
That's
dude
why it
from
was bad.
Scrubs.
Oh.
It was the dude from Scrubs, yeah.
Okay.
And Floop from
Floop, that's what I was about to say
Floop
too.
from the
Spy
first
Kids.
Spy Kids was Loki.
which
is
honestly was
interesting.
pretty. It was
It went
honestly
pretty well.
I
They-
remember that mostly from the movie.
Yeah,
just
they-
that scene of the battle between
They
them
threw
two.
they threw him in like some really tight leather like jacket and coat and spiked his hair all up weird because it was like 2005.
Oh yeah, that was the style.
It
to
was
go
bad. It was really bad. But yeah, so this is such a cool concept. Like I said earlier, I think that it would be cool, like for celebration of like J.R.R. Tolkien. You could have
Ooh.
different people sit in on each of the different like Lord of the Rings
with.
movies.
Oh, I want to
Those
sit
kind
down.
of already exist though, because don't they have director's commentary?
They have director's commentary, but they
But
don't
imagine
have
if-
the characters.
Yeah, I
in
want
them.
to sit
Okay.
down with Martin Freeman and watch Bilbo Baggins. That sounds.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
It
Martin
would
Freeman,
start with him telling
Orlando Bloom.
telling the story about his kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his kid. That's adorable. I love that one. But yeah, I mean, there is an endless possibilities. Like,
Hopefully they.
for this
Yeah. Hopefully
for
they
this opportunity
keep doing something with it.
for sure. Hopping over to our next piece of news, this involves Marvel specifically. A new TV spot for Marvel's Eternals movie, which is coming out soon in November, I believe. Shows off some new characters and also kind of gives us an idea of what the story is going to look like. In the trailer, it's not as apparent and it's not as spelled out, but from what the Geek Tyrant article says, it is going to be taking place in two different time periods. One when they were first active, and then the present day. So it's going to be, I think this is going to be like one of the longer Marvel movies because they have,
Yeah.
literally they said it spans like 7,000 years.
Wow.
So they have a lot of stuff to work with. Now, I know literally nothing about the
Uh-oh.
Eternals,
Well,
unfortunately.
I don't either.
literally know nothing about the Eternals either.
I know. All I know is I know that there are some great names in this.
Yes. There is some great names.
yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
Yep.
Uh,
Chloe Zhao. Just a lot of great big names. Like Salma Hayek is in there. Kit Harington is in there, which I believe he's playing like the character that becomes the Black Knight.
wasn't Kit Harington Jon Snow?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
The guy.
I think the person who played as his brother, yeah, Richard Madden,
Richard
who played as Jon Snow's like brother. It was like Edward Stark. Whichever
I don't
one it
know
was.
Game of Thrones.
I don't know Game
Either
of
one,
Thrones.
either way, he's also in this
Yeah,
as
yeah.
the character named Icarus. So from what it seems, these are literally like
They've got some good name people in there.
big names,
And
massive names.
Just looking at that just short trailer just in the Geek Tyrant article, like visuals look awesome. It looks like it's going to be one of those. I do agree with you. I feel like it's going to be one of those longer, at least 2-hour plus movies that's going to involve lots of action, lots of story building, and I'm excited for this.
We haven't heard exactly what the length.
There is no
be.
runtime.
There's no runtime yet. I'm gonna put money down on 3.5.
3.5.
It could be. It could be.
I was thinking like 2 hours 20, 2 hour 25, 30, somewhere around that range.
Okay, I would say minimum 3. I would say
You
3
think it's
hours
minimum at least,
Dude,
Huh.
the Eternals, from what I've gathered, are such an enormously powerful name in the Marvel universe that you just can't. If you're doing an origin story, you can't just like give them a 2.5 hour bit and be like, well, that's it. You got to have at least 3 hours to fully encompass all the details that are needed.
3 hours is kind of a. Some people don't really like that 3 hour mark on movies.
Nope,
that
they do not.
They don't.
do
So
not.
some people would some people haven't seen The Godfather, one of the best movies, just because it's above 3 hours.
You stop. You're like, Godfather, one of the best movies.
One of the best movies,
Yeah.
What's that look?
I haven't seen
It's
The
okay.
Godfather.
Is it 'cause
not
it's too
for the
long?
no, just I have no desire to see it.
Oh, okay, that's understandable.
That's fair. It's fair.
It's not for everyone.
It's really not. It's a very slow burn.
It is.
It's very dramatic. I mean, like,
You'd have to really like the dramatic mafia style movies. Like,
Yeah.
You'd have to really love that kind of style.
yeah, it's an important movie because
Oh, it's Spawn.
it's just
Goodfellas.
yeah. We're getting off track here,
Track.
but
All right.
but Eternals is coming out soon.
November 5th.
November 5th. So
Dang.
a little under a month away. That's pretty exciting. I plan on seeing it. I plan on seeing the other Marvel movies that are coming out. I have not yet seen Venom, the new Venom movie.
Oh,
I have not either.
It was
I've
so
heard
good.
some severe mixed reviews, though. Severe mixed
It was
reviews.
one of the
Some
best
people
movies
say
I've seen in my entire life.
some people say it was good. Some people really hate it.
I remember seeing a bunch of people talking about how it got a 69 on like Rotten Tomatoes or something,
That's impressive.
and
It's-
it was literally just people going
Nice.
It was also the highest grossing film during COVID, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really say a whole
Well, it's
lot,
'cause-
but also for that bad of a movie, it does kind of say a good amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of controversial opinions, our final story for tonight
Oh no.
involves Super Smash Brothers, the video game. Now, we have been long waiting for the final DLC character to be announced for Smash Ultimate. Sakurai has said that after this, there will be no more DLC characters, and they're just going to be hands off with the game until they decide to make a new one, and I don't even know if that's going to happen. Now, the character that was announced is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And let me tell you, I had some really, really strong opinions when I first, I sat and watched it live. I had some very strong opinions, but I'm glad he's here.
Okay.
I'm glad he's here because, I sat and thought about it. It's not every day you get to see a character like this put into a game of this magnitude. Because, everybody knows who Sora is, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard of Kingdom Hearts. It's actually a very prevalent game in the LGBT community for a lot of people. It was one of their favorite games growing up, a majority of members in that community. And this is a big step for them. They're super excited about this, and I totally understand that. However, I wish that it was somebody else because, I can't change anything. I've come to terms with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't need another sword fighter.
No, we did not.
No.
We didn't.
Molly, on Monday, we had talked about this during our meeting.
We did.
We sat and counted through how many sword fighters there
Too
were.
many.
Too many. And in fact, with Sora, we get 21 characters.
21.
Of 80.
Oh my gosh.
21 characters out of 80 characters that are strictly sword fighting based.
That's a fourth of the characters.
And they just had to add Sora. They just had to.
I'm impressed that I wonder how much money it costs them to have the little Mickey Mouse keychain on the key.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Because if you look at there are other parts of it, like the stage that Sora comes with. It's a mural that includes him, Riku, another character, And then in the original, it had Donald and Goofy.
Oh.
In this
Yeah.
one, it does not. It has a star and some other thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is, but obviously, like, Disney was definitely like, you know what, we're going to be nice, but not that nice. Like, we can't let you have this. But I'm surprised that they got the Disney logo in there. So, what are your guys' opinions on this? I know you guys don't really play Smash much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still have my opinions.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it whenever the video released, and I remember I came to class and I talked to Ben about it, and we discussed about it and talked like, why do we have 21 sword fighters now? Like, that doesn't really need to be necessary. And then, he also talked about some of the Mii skins they added, like the Doomslayer. That was pretty cool.
That was
I
neat.
do like that.
That was neat.
As a not Smash player, though, I would have liked to see someone else, but I do understand why it was Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the best, but you know.
Yeah. I know we always talk about how like, oh, the sword fighters are the worst Link, but Molly really enjoys the Fire Emblem games, so it's kind of rough to say. But you do agree that there are too many swords in this game.
I have always stuck to... Well, okay, so when I originally started playing in, like, Melee, I did Zelda Sheik. But when they separated those two, I was kind of like, I'm going to go with my second main, Marth. And so I moved into Sword Fighters, and I love Marth, I love Ike, I love Roy, but there's too many now.
There's so many.
It feels dumb.
I can't even get any of them, like, I can't get them, like, in order. I couldn't even list them all off. I had to go and, like, search. How many sword fighting characters are there? And it was like, here are the top 15 sword fighters. I'm like, I didn't even know there were 15.
There's more?
There's more than that?
More?
So-
15?
It just feels like they keep doing the same thing, and it's boring.
Mm-hmm. This last one, like I said, it was important, and I get why Sakurai did it. And this is Sakurai's baby. This is his thing.
Yeah.
And like you can tell because Kirby is the strongest character in the game. Like canonically in the Smash universe, he's the strongest, and Sakurai's the one who created Kirby. So, like, of course he's going to be the strongest one. And it's just more a game for Sakurai to share with his friends than it is a game for the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah.
He has served the public for a very long time with this game or with these games, but now was his time to say, I really want these characters in here. And also Sora was like the number one requested character in the surveys. So I can't argue with that.
But you would have liked Waluigi.
Yeah, I would have. That would have been great, but you know,
Waluigi.
it happens.
Now the question is, what's the future of like Smash?
We don't know. We don't know. We're going to be left in the dark for a while.
Has there ever been a time where Smash was left in the dark?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
There was like this span between Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate where it was just kind of in limbo and everybody was starting to get a little tired of it. And then that famous E3 trailer dropped with the Inklings.
yeah.
Everybody lost their minds. It was incredible. So I feel like that they're going to wait for a long time again before they decide.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And to wrap up our news segment, we're going to switch over to the Geekomendation. John, this week you had us watch Samurai Champloo.
Yes.
Man, that was good.
And it's good, isn't it?
It's good. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, like, I got, 7 or 8 episodes in out of, 26?
26,
Dang.
25, something like that.
Yeah, and that was in one night, too. I was like, I just got to I'm just grinding them all out. And a lot of them are like 2-parter episodes, which kind of helped me guide through it because I was like halfway through. I'm like, what? This happened? I need to know what happened.
I need more.
I need to know what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it was such an exciting anime. The characters are, I mean, like for a shonen anime, they're very formulaic.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%.
But the environment around them is what's interesting, because like my favorite part was like literally the first 2 episodes where they like get captured. release, or they basically
Escape.
assassinate their way
kill
out.
everyone.
They
Yeah,
do.
pretty much.
Yeah, but the two characters, Mugen and Jin,
Jin, yeah.
they're perfect foils for each other, and they hate each other. It's great. It's
Yeah.
kind of
It's
like
so
a
good.
it's kind of like a Naruto Sasuke situation.
Never seen Naruto.
But
But
Good.
yes, I
yeah,
understand what you're
it's
saying.
that situation where they're
good?
I said good.
it's basically they're both equally powerful,
Oh yeah.
and they are literally the exact opposite of each other. And that's a pretty formulaic thing, but it was not old in this. It didn't feel stale.
Oh yeah.
Like,
No.
it felt new and it felt interesting. So, yeah, Molly, what are your thoughts on it?
So I only watched the first episode, and I do want to continue watching it, but I'm also watching like 3 other shows, so it's probably gonna have to take a bit of a backseat. But I did really enjoy it. I loved Fu. I loved
Fu's
the
great.
introduction
She's adorable.
of like Mugen and Fu's like first meeting. That whole tea shop scene was just great.
Oh yeah.
The dumplings.
Yeah.
100 dumplings.
5 apiece, huh?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not to mention Steve Bloom. I mean,
he doesn't voice both of them, does he? I thought
no,
he
he
only
just
voiced
voices
Jin.
Mugen. But
I thought
in
he
the-
voiced Jin.
No, he voices
Does he?
Mugen, and then
The person
I
who
looked it
voices
up.
Spike is Jin.
I didn't think he.
no,
I'm
the
pretty
person
sure-
who voices Mugen is, I thought.
I don't know. I remember
Heck,
looking
I
it up.
literally just looked it up.
The person who voices Mugen is Steve Bloom,
Uh-huh.
and then Jin is Kirk Thornton,
That's it.
and then
Okay.
Fu
That was
is
it.
Carrie Walgren,
Okay.
which I have never heard of her. But yeah, I knew Steve Bloom's voice as soon as I heard that. I was like, oh yeah.
All
that's so
3
good.
of them sounded familiar to me,
Let
and
me
I
see.
didn't
Let me
actually look
see.
them all up.
I don't know.
Either way, like, I love the characters. It was hard to say because like I got to like a later on episode where they go to the village that's run by the Yakuza, the 2 rival gangs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know who I want to side with here, because like Mugen's off doing his own thing. He's having fun. He's doing like he's messing around. He's being Mugen, and Jin is actually trying to be a good person and is like doing the right thing
gonna
in
happen.
this situation. So it was hard for me to figure out whether or not either of them were a good guy, and I don't think either of them are necessarily.
Yeah. It's an interesting concept to follow these 2 people, like the dynamic with Mugen, Jin, and what's the girl's name? I forgot.
Fu.
Fu.
Like just oh my gosh! And I just rewatched the episode. I don't know. Can I put my 2 cents in this too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I just rewatched the episode right before this. Like I literally finished it, drove straight here, and I remembered how amazing like the style was. First off, they like had rack focuses in the like.
That is impressive.
That is so cool. Like I saw that, I was like, oh, what? How did they even do that? And
Mm-hmm.
then there was just so many cool. The music. I've never seen Cowboy Bebop, but that just gives me that vibe, especially.
I
with-
love
Mugen
the
seems
mix.
very similar, especially with the voicing, to the guy. I've never seen Cowboy Bebop, but it just seems
So-
that kind of style.
The thing that I like about both of these is that they both rely heavily on a time period and music, and both of those things usually do not correlate with each other. So like with Samurai Champloo, it is
Yeah, it's
R&B, hip hop, and feudal Japan.
yeah, it's such a cool dynamic.
Yeah. Oh my God, Cowboy Bebop is space travel and jazz.
Which is
I mean, like, it's a really cool idea.
Match made
but
in heaven.
You would never think it would happen. So
it's like chicken and waffles.
yeah, chicken and waffles. Yeah. So
So yeah, what would you guys
we'll go
gotta
ahead
rate
and
it?
run down the ratings.
Yeah.
Molly, what's your rating?
4 out of 5 smoke bomb firework things.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I would say 5 out of 5 unassuming assassins.
Unassuming assassins.
Yeah,
Nice,
I mean that
nice.
was from a later episode, but
Yeah,
still, it
yeah.
was a
I know
great
what you're
scene.
saying, though.
It was
Yeah.
an amazing scene. So, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we will get into a Nerd Royale with Richie, who you saw last week. We're going to be talking about who should have been in Smash. And by the way, if you have any suggestions for Geekamendations, You can find us on the KNWT YouTube page. Comment down below, and we'll talk about it. As always, you nerd it here first.